some really bad advice going around about shoulders and shoulder pain, right? Now, the most common cause of shoulder pain is from the rotator cuff. And people think, yeah, I just need to rest it. You just need to offload it, take it easy, stop doing as much. And if it's painful, you're doing a bit more damage. And what I want to do with you today is I want to give you some really valuable advice that can really change your life if you have shoulder pain. My name's Dave Svelba. I'm a physiotherapist and director at Physique Health Physiotherapy. And so people think, yeah, I need to do less with my shoulder, and because there's this idea that you should be resting it, what happens is the muscles around in the rotator cuff that make up the rotator cuff, there's 4 of them, and they act to stabilize the shoulder. And what happens when you rest them is they become weaker. You have all kinds of negative things happening because of the rest. And so then the rest prevents the healing of the rotator cuff, which then perpetuates the pain cycle as well. Now there's lots of psychological involvement with rotator cuff pain, shoulder pain, and one of the best things that I can tell you to help with both the psychological but also the physical side is that you want to be exercising your shoulder. You want to be exercising it safely, but a little bit of pain is okay. And so if you've had shoulder pain that's lasted more than 3 months, it is actually totally safe for you to be moving, weeding, gardening, exercising your shoulder with 3 to 4 out of 10 pain. That's okay, as long as it's not flaring up at night time as well and the next day because of what you've done. It's actually a good thing for you to be moving and using your shoulder to strengthen it up. Now I want to tell you this really cool fact, right? So people who have to have an amputation of their arm, say at just below the shoulder, so their rotator cuff and their shoulder is still there, but they're not using it, they have to use their other arm for everything. And what they find, right, is when they have to use their other arm for everything, people who get the amputations tend to get a lot of shoulder tears, a lot of rotator cuff tears. And guess which shoulder they get the rotator cuff tears in? It's not the shoulder they have to keep using, but they get lots of tears in the shoulder they haven't been using. And so what's the takeaway? The takeaway is that what we can learn from this is that you actually want to be using your shoulder to strengthen it and prevent getting a rotator cuff tears and rotator cuff related pain. So that's the takeaway for you. Now, it's actually really important that you're doing the right things with your shoulder as well. So if you've had pain lasting more than 3 months in your shoulder, 2 things you need to know. It's okay to move it and to use it and to strengthen it, but you also want to be strengthening it in the right way. That's the second thing. Third thing, actually, I'll give you a bonus one. If it's been around for a long time, it's harder to actually fix as well. So I very strongly recommend that you get onto it because shoulder pain can hang around for a very long time, especially if you're just resting it and taking that advice, which is totally not right for you. Okay, my name's Dave Svelba, physiotherapist, director at Physique. If you haven't already, make sure you like our page on Facebook and Instagram so you don't miss out on any great free content.